Hey, Karim here, part 2 on tips and guidance on gender roles in marriage. Stick around. So the follow-up points that I'd like to make here is this idea that in relationship, I think it's very important for the husband and the wife to see themselves as a yin and yang. In other words, we are two complementary parts that come together, and we know that in the Quran Allah talks about us being pairs and that we are a completing unit for the other. Okay, and so when we understand this idea, we recognize that we have both very important and equally beneficial powers and energies that need to manifest and complete this union. So when we are constantly competing with each other or trying to outdo the other or feeling insecure about how this gender does this and I don't get to do that, this just causes a lack of harmony. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran and Surah Ar-Rahman that He has set the balance and that we need to try our best to fulfill and reflect that balance that we find in nature and amongst ourselves. We do find that there are trend patterns in the way men are and the way women are. And so this is something that we have to consider as a reflection of our biology. Now, one model that I like to offer couples is to think about it like this in order to really hold this idea of a yin and yang. Men and women are both providers. We are both protectors. We are both perceivers. We are both producers, and we are both preservers. I call them the 5 powerful P's. So let's take a couple of examples. So generally men provide with financial. This is something that is very common, especially in Muslim cultures. Men are expected to cover the expenses and provide financially for his wife and for his family. And sometimes men let that get to their heads and they think, well, I'm the one who provides, I'm the one who brings home the bread and butter, therefore, you don't do anything. But actually the woman also provides. In some cases, she's also working and contributing financially to the family. And of course, for women that aren't working, they're still contributing and providing in a very important way, which is through nurturing and creating a home that allows everybody in the family to feel safe and be rejuvenated when they come in and step into their home. So they're both providing. You can't say that one is more important than the other. They're both in need of each other and they both complement each other. How well is a man going to be able to go out into the world and stay stuck in traffic, deal with his work environment, if he's not feeling rejuvenated and rested at home? Therefore, each of you need each other. Second example, let's use the one on protector. So yes, men generally are known to have protected their family and their wives. This is found in the ancient world, for example, through literal fighting and going off to war until today. But let's just take a realistic example that could happen to any of us. If we hear a really loud noise downstairs and it almost sounds like there's an intruder, dad is usually the one that's going to get up with a bat and go check things out. And the kids are going to run to mommy. She's going to put her arms around them and protect them and be on the phone in case she needs to call the police. So they're both protecting, but they are providing protection in a different way. They're manifesting their masculine and feminine energies in different but useful ways. And this is how we have to see it. Another example I like to share is when you want to teach your child how to ride a bike. If mom and dad are both there, generally dad wants to keep, the child on the bike and let them learn how to get balance by falling or hitting the ground. Because the father or the masculine way of perceiving and understanding is that if the child does not learn how to catch balance, they're going to keep falling, and that is the way to kind of reinforce this idea of getting balance. Mom, on the other hand, might not want the child to fall on the ground each time they lose balance and want to go and catch them and protect them in that way. And so the male and the female have very important and equal powers. And the way we manifest these energies is what brings our family wholeness and completeness. So I hope that this was helpful and something to reflect on and help us see each other as equally valuable and important members of the family. And please, try not to compete with each other, but rather respect and appreciate the divine gifts that God created within the male and the female. لَيْسَ الذَّكَرُ كَالْأُنثَى. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase us. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Questions and feedback is always welcome. Thanks.